Start. Welcome back to another Palm Wine Central podcast episode. I am Unkle AK. I got Tutu and I got Hannah with me. We are the Palm Wine Central podcast crew. How you guys doing, man? How you guys doing? Happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday. Tutu, welcome back.
Thank you.
Are you happy to be back? Did you enjoy your break?
I enjoyed my break. Happy to be back. Right, yeah. I miss you guys. Oh my God. Woo! So happy to be back with you guys.
No, seriously, I mean, if you enjoy your break and you didn't miss us, that's also perfectly fine. You know, I mean, you're allowed to feel that way. You know, so
I did. I did. Small.
Yeah. We actually wanted you to come and chip in your thoughts in last episode. It would have been nice to have your own side of the stories, because apparently when AI literally said me and Hannah, we didn't agree on one single thing. Like, not one single thing. We had two opposite views to every single thing. I was like, damn, not even one person to come and be the, middle, the how do you call it? There you go. That thing. Yeah. But anyways, we're glad you're back. Today's Tuesday. How you guys doing? How you guys feeling? Hopefully you guys don't feel like you need Friday so quick.
I do.
You cannot just surprise me for one time and just said no.
I think I surprised y'all one time. I think there was one time when I said, "Oh yeah, today's Tuesday." I was like, I can actually, make it through the week. I think it was like maybe once.
And then when the weekend comes, it goes like that. You be happy too?
It went so quick, it feels.
Yeah.
I don't be happy. The weekend did be going by too fast. I needed to just like calm down. Just relax. Especially if it's an active weekend, then you're like, dang, I just woke up. It was just
right. I closed my eyes and it was.
I just literally closed my eyes. And I think what made it worse this past weekend, it was the weekend and I woke up on a Saturday thinking I was late for work. You know how bad that shit pisses me off? Because why the fuck do I think I want to be at work? Why? I should be deep sleep, just counting sheep and just wishing, but I'm here jumping out of bed thinking I'm late for work on a Saturday.
I've been there.
Nice.
That's not nice at all. That's the devil working. There ain't no way.
Let your boss hear this one, though. Think that you care about your job so much.
Be in a damn studio on Saturday. I look like.
What's her name? Kiribe will keep you company. I got an icebreaker for you, man.
Anyways, continue.
I got an icebreaker for y'all, man. Anyways, yeah, we're gonna start like this. Let's start like this, yeah. You can delete only one, and it goes as the soap, lotion, toothpaste, deodorant. You can keep 3 and drop 1. Which one are you dropping? Soap, lotion, toothpaste, deodorant.
Woo! You got baking soda in there,
Okay, you could use mouthwash. You could do baking soda. You could do something.
Crevices.
So you could do. It's for real. Seriously, let me stop with the shenanigans. I could go without lotion.
I was thinking lotion because my alternative is I have some oils exactly, and then shea butter.
Yeah.
It's butter. So
you can use a whole bunch of things to make it as lotion. So
yeah, I felt like that was the one I could definitely go. Soap, I need that bad boy real bad.
Mm-hmm.
Deodorant, need that. Not even doing the naturals. This is aluminum. No, I want what I know is gonna work. Some organic ones, but
you know what? I'll go without toothpaste.
Okay.
I'll tell you why. Actually, growing up in Africa, you know what I mean? Growing up there, we used to use chewing sticks. We used to when I go on third-term holiday to the village, we used to use chewing sticks, and we didn't have toothpaste. You know what we use? Charcoal.
I was about to say, that's why I'm you really could if you wanted to.
It's a lot of
charcoal, yeah.
Yeah, and it's better. So, you guys have ever used the black Colgate, the charcoal one? Have you ever used that thing? Though it dirties your sink.
Not the Colgate one, but I've done the black charcoal one.
You like it, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. There you go. Oh, what about arm and how do you call it? Yeah, that one. Have you used it? That's my favorite toothpaste, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm a Colgate girl.
Colgate or Crest.
That sounds bougie, for you guys. Yeah, baking soda. Give me baking soda. Yeah. But anyways, that was my icebreaker. Wait, I had another one for you. Wait, where did it go? Where did it go? Where did it go?
We're supposed to tell us about ourselves. Y'all see how he didn't
Wait, don't rush me. Wait.
He didn't do what he was supposed to do. It's been 2 weeks.
I am going to do it. Wait. I am going to do it. Just wait. Let me finish with my icebreakers first. Oh, okay. Here's the other one. Would you have separate rooms from your husband?
Separate rooms?
Yeah, live in the same house but separate rooms. Yeah, you live in the same house but in separate rooms.
No, why?
Are you saying a separate room to sleep in?
Yeah, to sleep in. Like sleep in two separate. I mean, like you can still.
Are you saying like, okay, can he have a man cave and I have like my little studio?
No. He has his own room with a bed, his closet, bathroom, everything. You have your own room with your bed, your closet, your everything.
Why are we roommates?
Why are we? Yeah, we're not roommates. We're not bunkmates. Bring your ass. Well, actually, we are bunkmates. So bring your ass in the bed in the room. And
probably that's because this lady said that because her man is not sort of a neat freak as she is. Yeah, she would rather have separate rooms so that you can go and be doing your stuff over there. And we don't have to be bantering all the time or bumping heads because I want to see things a certain way and you want to put things a certain way, or you think I'm too like I have ADHD, and rather than going separate ways.
What's the difference? I guess the only difference is that they're in separate rooms, but if the house is, he's still not gonna be a neat freak. So whether it be inside the room or whether it be in a different room, it's still not gonna be clean. So what's the difference?
She don't got to go clean his room. He can have his room the way he wants. Close the door, and it's just between him and himself in there. But outside of that, he got to respect all the rules and regulations, I guess.
I read a book like that where it was actually they lived in different apartments on the same block. They were like neighbors, but they lived in different apartments. And it's a no for me. It's a no. It doesn't make sense to me. For some people, if it works, sure. But right here,
it's like that living apart from each other. That whole living in separate houses and stuff. Please, just. No, we are married. Just stay together as one. Why do we need to go ahead and separate and be doing different things? Like, no, just
we join
because they're doing everything together. It's just separate, sleeping in separate beds.
Why? Because but then when you're trying to blow my back out, you want to be in the same room. So I'm confused. So help me understand why. What's the difference?
I mean, I don't
like. That's a way to be intimate. Obviously, there are other ways and times of the day that you can be intimate with your partner, but that's like an easy time.
Why not?
And at night before you go to sleep, that's the time where you can just like be intimate, talk, cuddle up, whatever y'all do to like rebond and reconnect with each other after a busy day. But it's hard to do that if we're in different spaces. I'm not knocking people do that, but like, I know plenty of people or couples where like maybe the woman usually sleeps in the room and the guy might sleep on the couch for a little bit or whatever. Like, I'm not knocking it, but just for me, it should be do that. I'm not trying to call them out, but they do that. Like, we're just missing a little moment of intimacy there.
You can still always have it when you need it. If you want your cuddles and everything, you could just say, hey, tonight I want some cuddles, and I'll either spend the night in your bed or you can spend the night in my bed.
Spend the night in my bed?
Yeah.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. That is not coming out of my mouth. Oh, hey, I'm horny, so I think you should come take a leap in my bed. Hell no, that's not happening.
Or like I'm creeping over to your room, knock, knock, knock. Can I come like with my skin? No, what? With my skimpies.
Like, if you don't bring your ass to bed
down the hall where the kids could potentially
and I feel like that also gives people a chance to just kind of be sneaky and stuff because you don't know what the other person is doing now. So now you have all this time and opportunity and you're in your own space. Like, I don't know, just
why does it always have to resort to that? Like, why can't it just be that two people really enjoy spending time with each other, but this one particular thing is just the hump in their horse, and they decide, instead of separating because it makes no sense, it's just one little thing, there's a simple fix. I'm right here, you are right here. It's an opportunity. Like, for example, you say if you want to be skimpy, I don't even know what that is. Well, I'll just assume that maybe you want to wear.
You're like,
yeah, you wear your thing and you wear a trench coat and you just go down the hallway.
Why am I going down the hallway?
I have to go get the trench coat from the coat closet downstairs in preparation, bring the coat up to my room, put the kids to sleep, then get all dressed up to go down the hallway to my husband's bedroom. It just sounds like, it's not saying it's a lot of work. It just does not sound appealing to me. If it works for y'all, I am not here to judge your relationship because guess what? I'm single. You have a relationship, right? So make you happy. But for me, it doesn't sound appealing to go to my husband's bedroom. Wow. Go to my husband's bedroom.
What you doing tonight, girl? Oh, nothing. Just go to my husband's bedroom.
Yeah, hold on. I gotta search my husband. Like, I don't know. Because then, okay, so like Tutu said, I just feel like it does offer up room to be nosy and invasive, right? Or because maybe somebody withdrawal or somebody feels like they're not sharing, right? So then the other person feels like they want to go snooping in that person's space. And so I just feel like it opens up areas. Whereas like if we're in the same, this is my closet and your closet, like, I don't know. I just feel like it just opens up. I think it can introduce different issues.
The conclusion is bring your ass to the bed.
Okay.
You can sleep on the couch. Like, you can sleep on the couch for a little bit, but bring your ass up to the damn room.
Like, I want you in my bed like at least 5 out of 7 nights. That's doable.
I would say, all 7, but I could.
I mean, like, you say they can sleep on the couch, right?
Yeah.
You can sleep on the couch. Everybody falls asleep on the
couch.
couch.
You can sleep on the couch, but you're going to get up. In the middle of the night, get up. You're going to come lay in bed. Get up. Because well, you know what? Just bring my blanket and we just go sleep on the couch then. That's fine. Like, I don't know. Maybe because it's the type of person I am. Like, I feel like eventually, like, and then also another, to AK's point, when you're like, maybe people need some space. Let me tell you, we share that space together, right? During the night and whatever in the morning. Then we're going to work. That's enough space that you already need. Like, you are not going to see me. And okay, what is the people that work remote? Okay, y'all say y'all work. Y'all still in different areas. So it's not like y'all together all the time. So technically you're getting...
So let me ask you that.
Well, just to kind of say real quick, I feel like you can still have moments where you need alone time, right? I'm not saying that we need to spend every waking moment together besides being at work and stuff, or you can have alone time. But I think that at the beginning and the end of the day, we should start together in bed. Like, I just want a good start.
Makes sense. Yeah, but you can never say never, right? Especially if you have so much space that you can excuse something like that. Well, which leads me to ask, what is one thing that might make you consider that? What is one thing that your man would do or that be doing in your bedroom that might make you consider that? For example, let's say, they fart a lot.
They fart a lot?
I don't think that's going to make me want to be like, oh, go stay down the hall.
No, that was an example. I said, what is one thing for you? That was just an example to give you
nothing.
What I'm asking.
You're ass in this bed. No, just.
I would say the only thing, God forbid, is like if they became like seriously ill, right, and they needed their own space, like medically wise, right? You know what I mean? Like that's like because I'm in the health field, so God forbid. But that's something I could definitely say. Okay, we need separate spaces. I mean, if we had to quarantine from each other for a little bit, you got the chicken pox, and I ain't never been exposed to that. So you might need to use the guest room for 2 weeks or something, right? Okay. 2 weeks, and then you're coming back.
2 weeks?
I don't know,
man.
I'm just saying, I'm saying different types of illnesses, I could see us separating a bit, right? But anything else, if you snored a lot, I can always
do a mask.
Yeah, or get masks. Or there's those new
little things. Yeah, get you that.
I mean,
you fart, we'll give you a separate blanket. Wrap your shit in there. Simple.
Yeah.
Smell it. I don't know. What else? You get cold, you get hot, get a heated blanket.
And yeah, we can make temperature things work. We can make I just feel like we can make it work.
Like, it's not I don't know what we're even for, because the moral of the story is we're gonna be in the same bed.
I see that. I get that. I see that. Okay. Well, thank you guys for indulging in my icebreakers. So we've got to the part of the show where I get to appreciate these two beautiful ladies, guys. So I was supposed to do it last week, but I wanted Tutu to be here so she can hear the little words that will come out of my mouth, in appreciation towards them. So here we go. Who should I start first? Dark or light? Let me see. All right, let me start playing.
Dark or light?
All right, let me start playing. Okay.
Light bright. Huh?
What happened? All right.
What?
I didn't hear light bright. Anyways.
Start with the chocolate girl, because Hannah said she chocolate.
It's totally chocolate girl.
Hey, did you see the shirt?
What did I say?
Black. Period. With the chocolate shirt on. I know that's right. Go ahead. Start with the chocolate girl.
So when people at work, they say, "Oh, all the black people stand up." You wake your ass up to
You're talking about my job?
about Hannah. Yeah.
I'm the only black person at my job, so
Damn. I remember I was the only black person on my.
but like clinician. I'll say there's like staff people. There's some people in like other roles, but like as a PT, yeah, or like OT, the different disciplines.
Okay. We're going away from our topic. All right. Last month was Women Appreciation Month. You know,
you're talking about us, right?
let me just sit back, relax. You know, I got the steering wheel now. You know. Okay. Last week, okay. Last week was Women's Month, and we went through a series of appreciation for women. Hope you guys enjoyed that. We were supposed to close it out. Well, I was supposed to close it out by appreciating these two ladies here, but one of them did not show up, so I was not prepared to, postpone it today. So here we go. Look at Tutu. She was looking. Don't worry. Here we go. So I'll start with Hannah. First of all, thank you. Well, let me start like this. First of all, thank you guys for being here this far, in the game. You know what I mean? Like, to make it this far, it's not easy. Every Tuesdays, you show up ready to record. A lot of people come through here and they've left, but somehow, somewhere you magically stayed. Well, Tutu and then Hannah joined later. So you magically stayed, and hopefully we can keep this wheel going. So Hannah, the doctor that you are, I think I've seen experience a little bit of your growth, not just on the podcast, but personally, and it's nice to have friends that do different things in different works of life. I don't really have that many friends that I could call doctor, even though
we're still validating hers.
Anyway, continue. It was so beautiful.
Even though, but yeah. So I appreciate your presence on the pod because you bring a different perspective. Not just the African American, view, which Tutu also has. We mix with African. I don't know, get confused, but you bring that side, right? That portion of it, and you add to my 100% Africanism and Tutu's, half and half. And it makes of a good blend because we can see a topic from different lights. And then the empathy, and I like the fact that you're not holding back. You know what I mean? You can say what is without fear. Like some people say, oh, will not say something because they're scared that I might badmouth them or whichever. You just go ahead and say. So glad to appreciate that. And what's the word I'm looking for? And I'm hoping, right, you keep that going. I'm also looking forward to your growth here, not just here, but growth in general. And most importantly, to growth on this platform. You did have your own platform that you started, Bend Pages.
Yeah, I would take the name, so that's okay.
Anyways, but yeah, it was Bend Pages and Broken Bodies.
Yeah.
Oh, Bend Pages and Bending.
Bent Pages and Bending Bodies.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, you say you are revamping it, so I was like, that was really a good endeavor because most people hear about PT and don't really know what it is. But you started introducing that, telling people, hey, such and such, do this and that if you have this injury, that. So hopefully you can bring that back. You know what I mean? I hear that you have a book coming soon. You heard it here first. You know what I mean? So, look out.
A book!
You know what I mean? You guys look out for that coming. Hopefully I didn't, speak too soon. But it's nice to see, people everybody in their element. You know what I mean? Because for me, the way I actually vibrate is I don't compare, but I do see what other people are doing, and that pushes me to also want to do more. Even though people think that I'm doing more. No, I also look at other people too that also push me. So keep doing you, and keep shining, even though you think that you're brown skin. My friend, you're light skin.
Black.
You're light skin.
He's black.
Like, come on. Trevor Noah is light skin. You will not say he's brown skin, would you?
Trevor Noah.
You are the same color as that guy.
Yeah, they the same. Yeah, they black.
Thank you for the lovely words. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
That was nice. That was good. Give me that. Back to you, Hannah. A book.
Yeah. Okay. So, well, I'll tell you after it, but it's gonna be like PT related. But yeah.
Oh, girl.
you. Thank you.
Okay. Now we'll come to Tutu. Where to start? Wait, you're the first lady of PwC. I mean, sorry, stuck in the middle, right?
Yeah, I think so.
I'm saying we'll go way back, man. You know what I mean? Oh, anyways, where to start? Oh, yo, let me tell you, man. The first time that I met, Tutu, right? Walked in the studio, man. Walked in the studio and I'm saying hi. Everybody look at me like, what? Look at me like I did something wrong. Man, I'm just saying hi. I gotta sit down, minding my business, and I'm just recording up until somebody says something very wild, and I look up, I'm like, whoa, okay, people are bold out here. People are bored out here. So I said, okay, fine. That's the type of people we need us stuck in the middle. You know what I'm saying? So that's how, relationship with Bertha, and she came on and started Artist Spotlight, which was pretty dope. We had tons of artists, on the platform, some that came stupidly high, some that came high, they didn't even know their names. They couldn't even tell you what they just came from doing. But it was a great time, man. It was a great time. And we were in the studio too. There were dance,
choreographers.
Yeah, all that stuff, man. It was pretty nice. Like you really got to see everybody in their element. Everybody in their. That was when I actually learned. Well, my brother's communication too, and to communication. So yeah, having both of them in there, that was when I really started learning a lot about communication, how to do this whole thing called podcasting. Now that man, when where everybody was doing cha-cha-cha-cha-cha, and I said, yo, you should come join Stuck in on PwC. Some of us, people find talents, right? Yeah, some of us are also talent scouters. We say, okay, this person, they got a talent that, we might need that you don't cut, and it's like, oh, yeah, cool. So, and also what I'm really trying to say is, for this past few years, believe it or not, man, I've been learning a few things in terms of production. That's your day job. My day job, like you say, is IT, doing nothing, right? No problem. But your day job is communication, being a producer. So very highly syndicated show, in the nation. Before you knew Tutu, did you know any producer in a highly syndicated? Exactly. So it's not easy. So when we start talking about, Hot 107, all these different things like that, it was just a dream come true that you might know somebody. But now we know somebody in it, and it's not so much of but it's still a haha that, you know that person. So it's really nice. So for me, a lot of notes have been taken. It's like, okay, you're talking about this is what you guys do. This is what you guys don't do. This is what I don't like. This is how I don't. While I might be feeling your pain, I'm also taking notes as to, oh, this is how it's done in this industry. Okay. Well, sorry that you feel that way, but hold on. I'm still taking some productivity notes. You know what I mean? Yeah. So there's that. The fact that you do speak your mind out, it's really nice. It's really nice with this platform. It's really nice with this platform because believe it or not, it opens everybody up. We all have our own different ways of talking, but it's when you're in the mix, it's a certain, I don't know if Hannah can find the word, but it's a certain type of
like a good energy or like a
vibe. You know what I mean? So, and the good thing is you've produced enough to know when to fuck shit up or when to make it lively, and you do it on purpose too. One might not say something, but don't get it twisted that we see, but we just, say, hey, everybody got that day too. You know what I'm saying? So we still appreciate you no matter what, but keep being you, keep being vibrant. You guys keep showing your teeth, even though we're not your dentist, but we would still love to see it. Keep smiling, keep being vibrant, because believe it or not, again, it's that energy that makes somebody like me want to come and keep doing this, because if it was left to me, I'd have been like, man, this thing is boring. Let's keep it, let's shut the lights off. But guys make me want to come and be doing this on a weekly basis, because I like to bounce my ideas and my thoughts from you guys and hear, what you guys will say. And believe it or not, I lack empathy sometimes. So when I have these conversations with you guys and you show your empathetic side, then that also helps me with my empathy, because I'm like, wow, these people cannot be this empathetic and I'm just here like a hard rock. Like, what's wrong with me? You know what I mean? So I appreciate you guys for that. Anyways, is that enough or should I keep going?
Wow, that was so good.
Okay.
Thank you. That was good.
Okay. Anyways, again, I appreciate you guys. Thank you for all you do. You're the real deal, yo. Fun people to hang around, fun people to talk to. So you guys know they're social. Bombard them. Male, female, hermaphrodite, do your thing. All right, moving forward.
haven't heard that in a while.
Right? I was about to say, damn.
Are they still out there?
Looking back to the Greek.
Anyways, yeah. So shout out to you ladies. I know March is over, but we're still celebrating the women. We're always celebrating women, throughout the year, especially Black women.
Thank you.
The rest of you, sue me if you want. That's your problem. I said what I said.
We got you for yours. What? Father's Day or International Men's Day?
Yeah, I'll come collecting in blood too. If you do, if you don't, you see what they did Offset. If you don't show up, I'm coming to collect in blood. Where you guys are?
Hey yo.
Okay.
I'm correct.
Thank you guys. So let's move on now. You guys have put me in a place not even not to move on anymore. Aye, where's my?
So
I was struck by it.
Boom. I snapped out of it. Okay, let's start like this. You guys have Netflix accounts, right? Netflix said they're going to spike their prices to $26, I believe. If you're doing the premium plan to $26.99, I believe. How y'all feeling about that?
I don't care because I don't pay it anyways. I don't pay my Netflix account.
I don't pay my Netflix.
How you guys doing the password sharing thing? Did they block it?
It depends. It's very tricky because it's my sister's plan. Actually, let me not come out to myself. This might be, but yeah, but
I don't pay for my Netflix.
I don't pay for my Netflix. Just know that. But it does get tricky because she is in a different state. Like I'm logged in, but it will kick me out like randomly. So like it's weird. I don't know because it can detect and it'll be like this TV isn't part of the household, and I'm like, well, damn, like
it kicked me out.
It's in a household. It's just not in the set household that was set. But like, yeah, I don't know. It's weird.
They did so much that like you can add on like a smaller account, so it's not like a whole nother account, but it's like a different add-on. And I think that's what my mom did for me.
You're still paying for that, right?
Again,
you still got to pay for that extra account, right?
Someone does, yes.
Yeah.
AKA Hannah doesn't.
It's just not.
Oh, well, the good news is today the Netflix is reportedly removing household sharing ban after 15% subscribers drop.
Yeah,
so
good.
Yeah.
Because y'all think I can just keep running this thing up? Like, there's not bootleg out here. There's still free.
Hello.
Still options.
Yeah, it's just
y'all thought that you could do whatever you want. Listen, I feel like all these companies need to learn you can't just keep raising prices. People are not going to stand for it anymore. You will cancel and you will lose your millions. And the CEOs and the big people up the top don't want to give out their millions. So they'll revert on what they did.
Because paying $30 to watch TV is diabolical behavior.
Why did I get rid of cable? If we
because we might as well just go ahead and put cable back on.
And actually, Netflix, y'all don't update enough anyway. Y'all don't have any more new movies. Y'all have bummy shows. Y'all try to release 8 episodes at a time. Or not 8, but like 4 sometimes, half a season. Y'all play too much anyway, so...
Exactly, yep. What exactly my good sis said. Because absolutely not. Netflix be doing too much. Like, I think, when people start feeling entitled and they get a little big-headed and bougie, that's what Netflix is doing. Because absolutely not. Like Hannah said, you got shows that seasons aren't even up to date from like 2-3 years ago. So I'm
what are you talking about? $20-something. Do you remember where you came from, Netflix? I remember when you were like Redbox. Okay, you guys to my freaking house, and I played with my DVD player. Do not get it twisted.
Hello, because
I remember.
Bring back mother freaking Blockbuster. If that's the case. Because absolutely not.
Why do we run Blockbuster out of the ground? Oof.
For $30. Mm-hmm. I was getting DVDs from Blockbusters and Redfin for literally $6.99. Don't piss me off.
Mm-hmm. And like I said, there's too many free websites, apps out there where I can see it. It might not be the best quality. Might have Johnny Sue coughing in the background, but listen, I'm gonna watch it. It might have Russian subtitles, but I'm gonna understand, okay?
Somehow, some way.
And save my little $30. Not mine, but my mother's.
Right. But somebody, because I somebody's money. Netflix, if you're watching this, get it together. Because ain't nobody about to sit and pay no $30 to watch no damn TV at this point.
The Italian government actually is suing Netflix or told them to reimburse Italian citizens because they're charging them way too much. And there's no reason why there should be all these price hikes. There's no reason why they should have done that.
Because what is it called? What got more expensive? The movies are still the movies, right? You have digital copies of them. What is it? The platform is still the platform. Like, I don't understand. The internet's still the internet. What changed where you had to raise your prices?
Netflix is doing everything else except, but like over here in Dallas, they just opened up a big ass Netflix house. It's huge. Yes. It's like an interactive, like virtual reality type. Yes. So that's where their stuff is going to. It's not going to like, they're doing everything except updating their seasons.
Yeah.
Like if y'all see how long that it took for them to open it up and then it finally opened up. And I tell y'all, it's like you in a whole different world. It's like half of the mall. Yeah. That's where our $30 is about to go to.
Wow.
You know what else is dying, not mine.
When I was telling y'all the last time, but y'all was making fun of me. Go to Hulu. Y'all don't be listening.
I'm not going to know Hulu, man.
I checked out, girl. I forgot to update you. Thank you for saying that. Because after that episode, I did take myself to Hulu. And you know what I saw? Not
shows.
Not shit.
What do y'all be watching? What do y'all be watching? Because I be watching stuff on Hulu and maybe, I don't know what y'all got.
I went to the top TV shows. Everything was 2014, 2020, 2019. 2013. I was like, this stuff is like 7 years old at least.
Yeah, I was recent.
I'm watching the episode of Law and Order.
There you
go. Give me a good show. A good show.
Who watches Bridgerton?
A lot of people. It was trending.
Nobody watches that. Nobody watches that.
I swear.
Crumpet shit. Nobody watches that thing, okay? So please.
They do. We do. Okay. Anyways. Good show.
It's a good show.
Name one that Hulu
has. Yeah. Hulu has live sport.
It does have live sport.
I don't watch sports.
For all that, you might as well go to Apple TV as well too.
Apple TV doesn't have anything either.
Apple TV is actually trash though. It depends though.
It's really trash.
Apple TV, it depends. I don't really. It has more sports on Apple TV. I feel like it has.
It'll have like a good show every 7 months. Apple TV, never.
I have Apple TV. I have Apple TV.
It has like 5 options for things.
Listen, every single show or movie on Apple TV to me is a hit. Now, I might have a bias just because I like Apple products, but I'm telling you, if you actually sit down and watch every single movie or show by Apple, I guarantee you it's a hit.
I could probably finish that in a day because there's only like 5 things. So
no, you cannot.
I'll let you know.
No, you cannot, because most of the episodes are at least most of our episodes are minimum 57 minutes long.
All right, so give me like a weekend.
You still would not.
I don't know why you're arguing with anybody that watches Bridgerton. I keep trying to tell you. I'm not arguing with this. I'm not doing this. Bridgerton, out of all things, you want to come and see it? Don't piss me off today.
Girl, it's
So what else are you watching now?
Who wrote Bridgerton?
I don't know who wrote Bridgerton.
Shonda Rhimes.
Who?
That's Shonda Rhimes. That's why a lot of black women are on it.
You know Shonda. Oh, I didn't know that. Really?
Yeah.
Bridgerton.
No, it don't matter. I still feel the same way. I still feel the same way. But let me tell you about my good sis Shonda Rhimes, because she created Grey's Anatomy. Thank you. And I be watching
How to Get Away with Murder.
How to Get Away with Murder. Yeah, she did all that. Exactly. But nowhere on that list do you hear me say I watch Bridgerton.
Scandal.
I don't watch that.
Okay, well.
I don't watch Scandal. Even How to Get Away with Murder, I don't watch that either.
I didn't really watch that one. But what was dope, sorry, since we're on a Shonda kick right now, she at one point had like 4 TV shows like going back to back.
Yes.
That's amazing. Like it was like a Shonda night, like
fire. Like
great. Then it was New Scandal. Then it was How to Get Away with Murder and like whatever else we said. But yeah.
People be sleeping on my good sis Shonda. Don't sleep on her.
Yeah, I just read her memoir last month. It was pretty. Yeah, I read it last month. Yeah, so I did not know that she wrote Bridgerton. Even reading the page, I did not like something. I think Dear. There you go. Yeah,
so like that. But okay, so Bridgerton is based off of books though. So the books were written by Julia Quinn. and then Shonda Rhimes is taking the books and turning it into a TV show.
Mm-hmm. That way, she's still making bank. But yeah, she had it in there, and I did not know not till we started recording. And then someone was like, "Oh yeah, you know Bridgerton." I'm like, "Oh shit."
Oh, so people know Bridgerton without Hannah there on the
podcast. People do know Bridgerton.
Bridgerton you really watch it.
Not this one.
Nothing about Bridgerton.
Wow, that's interesting.
Ain't nothing special about no damn Bridgerton. Like I said, tea and crumpets ass people. Ain't nobody got time to be doing all of that stuff anyways in the first place. And that's why Netflix is so pressed. You know why? The ads on there is freaking Bridgerton at this point. So it's like Bridgerton is damn near funding Netflix at this point. Every commercial is Bridgerton on there.
And making bank.
Weekend show.
What is one? Okay, Hannah. What is one? If you had to tell somebody, if you had to give somebody one reason, one solid reason, if you had to convince somebody, matter of fact, convince Tutu to watch Bridgerton, what would you say?
It ain't gonna work, but try.
Let us just try. Let's see.
Oh, okay. Right. It wouldn't work. But what I would say is like, if you're into period pieces, like I'm not really, but I think I like Bridgerton because it looks like it takes place back in the day, but it's cool because there's diversity, right? We see Black people in it, and it is cool to see what Black people could have been like in that time and place, right? I like it because it has like modern, I don't know, it's a really good mix between being in the 1800s and modern day. You get a good mix of like the music, what's it called? Orchestra, but it's modern songs that you know, right? So you're like in there, you're like, wait, is this Wrecking Ball? Or is this like, I don't know, it's just a feel good show. Anyway,
if you were to sit there and present that in class, you would fail because that you didn't convince me to do anything. She just said,
anyways, I was
orchestra and what Black people could be like back in the day.
Yes, what to be like in the frilly dress? I don't know. Just it's
slaves.
What do you guys go?
They're not slaves. These are lords. The queen is a Black woman.
Yeah. When did it happen? When did such a thing happen in time?
This is in the 1800s.
Yes, I know. But I'm saying that when did this reality happen in life?
It's not reality. And that's what
there you go. So how do you watch that knowing fully well that it never happened in time?
Because it's nice to be represented. It's nice because every time you go, if you ever want to watch like an older romantic movie, all you see is a bunch of white people, right? And they're talking all this old English. So it's cool just to see older times, right? But have the diversity that you see now, right? To have some of the songs that you see now. Plus, back then, I'm not gonna lie, some of the scenes are a little hotter because of how proper everything was. Like now, there's so much sex and everything's being revealed and nobody hides anything. And like in a new show, they meet and then they're banging, right? They're all of a sudden having sex, right? Whereas in like these older shows, it's the buildup. It's like the heat, right? Like it's like every like little glance. It's like, you know, and everything is just like, it could be scandalous. And so it builds up the tension and the passion and it's fun to freaking watch. And y'all could judge me, but guess what? There are millions out there who agree with me that it's fire. And I rest my case.
Soft porn watchers.
No, it's not. What we're watching now and these new shows where everybody's ripping off their clothes, that's real porn, okay? This is like, you know what I mean? It's the buildup of like, they're not even allowed to touch each other, right? Or when a gentleman kisses a hand, it's like, oh my God, like people are swooning over that, you know? So it's a different vibe. I'm not even saying this anymore to y'all. I'm done.
So pretty much what you are expecting in real life, you are living it through the movie.
No, I just said that this is not real life. This is just like all this is just like it's just fun to watch.
Oh, okay. So what's next? Are you guys going to make Sounds of Music a Black woman too? Are you guys going to take Sounds of Music and also do a Black representation too? Just because the songs and the everything, there are no Black representations in it? Is that what you're going to do next too?
No, but I think that a lot of things are being remade to have more diversity in it, though. I think that's what we're seeing. Everybody wants to be seen, right? Like, you might not agree with having Black people on TV. You might not agree with having LGBTQ people on TV, but everybody wants to be represented. And so that's what we're seeing, I think, in our media cycle now.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll love to hear your Bridgerton stories.
It's fire, they know it. It's fire and they know it.
Yeah. Your why as to why you started watching it, why you're still watching it, or why you're not watching it. Let us know in the comment section, please. Convince Tutu and I as to why we should watch Bridgerton, or tell us why we should stay not watching it. We'd love to know.
Right. Yeah, it's not your cup of tea, and that's okay.
It's not a cup of tea, and it's okay. Okay. Let me read this to you guys, right? It's gonna sound hypocritical because I did so much shit in my life. I had my nipples out, had my panties out, but now those are things that, as a mom, an evolved young lady, I just
hold on.
Wait, you can't start it like that, okay? Like, hey, I'm looking at you like, when the hell did you have your nipples out and stuff? Like, you gotta tell us that you're now reading the thing. You just said. Let me read something for y'all. I had my nipples out.
I'm going to read something to you guys. No, not me.
I thought you were talking about you. I'm looking at you like, what the hell? You had your nipples out? What type of freaky ass shit is this?
Like, I had my panties out.
I had my panties out. So I'm like, the hell you on?
Wait.
I'm reading something to you guys. I'm reading something to you.
Oh, that was funny.
All right. Let me read something to you guys. These are not my words, okay? This I'm reading. Matter of fact, it will pop up here on the screen. But let me read it to you guys. It's going to sound hypocritical. Oh, I see what you mean. All right. It's going to sound hypocritical because I did so much shit in my life. I had my nipples out, I had my panties out, but now those things, those are the things that, as a mom, an involved young lady, I just feel like I would never do. I'm like, oh God, I really did that? Nips out? Rihanna said that. My question to you guys is this. Let's say, for example, or not example, but let's say, or if you've done this, or if you plan on doing this, or if you've never done it, but you've seen other women do it, right? How you dress, how you carry yourself, all of that, right? When you're doing all of that, do you think of a day when you might probably have a daughter, possibly be doing the same thing? Do you stop and say, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't do this because in the nearest future, I might not appreciate if my own offspring does something like this. And this is towards what she's saying. Mind you, there's somebody who, through the influence culture, all of that, influenced a ton of different young women, right? To either dress a certain way or to portray themselves a certain way. And then now you're saying this. I'm not saying people cannot grow up, but is this something that in your youth as a woman, you would think about?
I mean, no. I think when you're younger and you're in your party time, or like you're a young college student, that's not what you're thinking about. Just like you as a young man in college is not thinking about how your actions are going to affect your future children, right? I think as we all do get older and we do mature, we do have our own kids, then you think back on you have better reflection, right? Because now you're thinking about what you do want for your child, and you reflect back on, well, what did I do at that age? Well, God, I hope they don't do this. Well, I want to shield them away from that, because a parent should always want better for their child from what they experience. So I don't think that young Hannah was thinking about my dressing and how, 30, 31, 32-year-old Hannah is going to reflect on that, or what that picture is going to say to my daughter. I think it's different for celebrities at times, because yes, you are influencing vast amount of people, especially Rihanna influencing, a lot of young women. But yeah, that's just my answer.
This is even a wrong conversation for me at this point, because
still like, why is the wrong conversation for you?
It's not the wrong conversation, because y'all already know how I am when it comes to stuff like this. Like Hannah said, we're gonna do stuff when we're younger. Just like when we had that conversation, remember about the whole if my kid, the whole sex tape thing, even though I was like trolling and stuff like that, but like it's almost like that. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're gonna do a sex tape, like the only difference is the fact that we just did no face, no case. You get what I'm saying? Like they're gonna do stuff. Your kids are gonna do stuff that you did back in the day, that you pray and hope that, oh my God, I hope my child don't do this. But it's just all boils down to okay, hey, I know my kid is gonna go through this phase, so let me just go ahead and give them a heads up, as if you decide that you want to go ahead and live your young adult life and whatever the situation is, hey, there are consequences for your actions if you decide, just like give them a heads up. So I mean, I agree with what Hannah says at this point, because still to this day,
hypocritical, right? Because it's not like, I think when she says it's going to sound hypocritical, it's not, because it's not like she's out there showing her nipples and also at the same time telling her daughter not to do the same, right?
Right.
It's something that she didn't experience. She has now learned from. She sees the light, like, oh, I shouldn't have been dressing like that, or that was this choices I've made were not the smartest choices, right? And I want better for my daughter. So I think what she's saying is very natural. We ain't gonna hold her. We ain't gonna judge her on it. But she was out there showing literally.
Homegirl was out there. Homegirl was
like,
literally the nips while she was pregnant.
Hello, and like I feel like she also is like started the trend of everything being so revealing, because I remember like when she first was coming out, and she was the one who would always wear like the revealing clothes, the provocative clothes, and like I think she was the first one that did like a mesh top and like covered up her nips or something. And like I feel like ever since then, I've been seeing it. Now we got the aunties, we got the grandmas, we got everybody out there showing everything. And it's like, you could be proud of your body without showing everything.
Perfect segue. Remember what you just said here, okay? So this next topic I'm about to bring up, hopefully you have the same, there you go, not energy, but I guess pass, you know? Yeah. Wireless festival. Let's talk about that.
Oh, before you can even say this, that's different. This whole topic is different.
Wait. Wireless festival. It has been, decided to headline, well, not decided, but Wireless Festival wanted him to headline Wireless Festival, in UK. And yesterday, the UK, then people sat together and they spoke and they said, you know what, because of everything that he's done, all the anti-Semitic comments and everything, they're not going to allow him to get into the UK to perform. Okay, no problem. So Pepsi was the first person who decided to drop their sponsorship. Mind you, the CEO of Wireless Festival just said Pepsi agreed. Then they circled back a few days and they denied. Why did they agree first and then they come and deny again? Why did they agree? If they really was about it, they should have denied from the first place, right? So why did they agree and then come and deny? Then you have these other guys, the likes of who? PayPal and who else? Diego, it's another brand. I forget, some brand up there. You know what I mean? They're all saying, they all pulled out from the festival, and then the UK government didn't allow Kanye to get in, so they canceled the festival. What are you guys' thoughts on this? What are you guys' feelings? Let's talk about it. I'll start with Hannah. You were talking about Rihanna, something. Let's hear what you got to say about Kanye.
Wait, go with Tutu first. I want to hear what you got to say.
Why? Like, what did they cancel it for in the first place? Is this because it's Kanye? Like, what did they cancel it for?
Yeah, because he's headlining it.
It's in the past.
Oh, because of all his stuff? Well, I mean, if they feel like as if his image is not what the brand is, then they have every right to go ahead and cancel it. We all know Kanye has his past. His past is different from what Rihanna's past is saying. Rihanna's just talking about some, revealing clothes and this and that. Kanye is out here making all types of comments, like crazy, wild things. And we all know that he's not okay. He sat here and said he's acting like this because he was in a car accident back in the day, and then he had a brain injury, and now the brain injury is the cause of his bipolar and yada yada yada, all this other stuff. But like, no, like Kanye, I don't care what nobody say. And if he do like I think his screws are a little loose, but I also think that Kanye is aware of what he is doing. Like, I totally think that he knows what he's doing. He's just trying to troll and be messy. That's what it is. So now, for all the stuff that she did, I think that also shows and goes to show people that in this lifetime, what you say and what you know how they be like, okay, what you say or whatever you put on out in the air, that shit's gonna come back to get you. Now this is him paying for all that stuff that he's did back in the day, because just like, you can't sit here and I understand that whole like, oh, where's the grace at and this and that, blah blah, but like, it'd be different if he actually like apologized. If he like, Kanye was just doing shit last year. Yeah. Kanye was doing shit like a shirt that had like a website or a shirt that had a QR. Yeah, like it's given, oh, dang, I did something. My bad, y'all. So forgive me for right now. But then let me go back ahead and do it again so that way I can come back and be like, oh, yeah, no. I think the difference in this scenario is like Tutu said,
Rihanna's wearing clothes on her body, right? So she's not directly telling other women or people what they should wear to their dove, right? She's doing stuff to herself. And while some people might not find it appropriate, like for whatever reason, she didn't get canceled from it. You can call it what you will. She didn't get canceled from her attire, but she's not actively offending others by like what she's wearing. Whereas, like Tutu said, Kanye is like saying derogatory remarks, saying all this stuff, actively offending people. And I feel like this is the consequence of your action. Just like with Rihanna too, right? If her kids ever do see what she was wearing, that's a consequence. Every decision has a consequence, whether it's good or bad. A consequence is just a reaction to an action, right? So in both scenarios, their actions can come to light like in the future, right?
I was not comparing Kanye's situation to Rihanna's situation. I was just saying that I'm just using empathy loosely. You have this empathy for Rihanna, and that she said this. Maybe you have the same towards Kanye, but the situations are not the same, right?
I don't really have empathy for him because it's kind of like you kind of did it to yourself, right?
Oh, you dug yourself in this hole.
Yeah,
okay. Let me ask you guys a question. Who are the people who are so mad about this, really?
About things being canceled? About what?
No, who caused this thing to be canceled, really?
Oh, probably Jewish people.
Okay, when we're talking about them and anything that got to do with them, why did people always so offended about shit? You as a black person who was born in this country, right? When has a white man ever come and apologize to you for the shit they did to you guys? And the shit they're still doing and will still do. When have they ever come and apologize to you or show you remorse towards it? Matter of fact, the people in the UK, right? Don't they also got their own? When have they apologized to them? Let me even take it one step further. They're the people in the UK, in Europe, they went to Africa. They looted Africa, right? They scrambled for fucking Africa and they took shit from there. And they still don't want to return them to today. Who the fuck is telling them, yo, we're going to catch you guys because you don't want to return them? But again, my main question is this. Why is that every time the Jew is mentioned, everybody got to fucking bow? You can ask nothing to them, but they can say shit to other people. They can say shit to other people, but people can say shit to them.
But it's not even just the Jews. Like, he's done it to different groups of people. So it's like at the end of the day, like,
but the thing that he gets the most slack on or the most hate on is anti-Semitic things. And I feel you, AK, because I'm like, I feel like any other group that gets, something negatively said about them, somebody says some like derogatory thing, like it's just a pass. It's like, oh, I'm sorry. They could put out like a quick little statement and then they don't get canceled. Life moves on. But if you say something that's considered anti-Semitic, now all of a sudden you're canceled. Now all of a sudden you can't, like, it is very, very
pick and choose.
Very pixie choosy. And it's like,
let's go back to this whole Kanye thing. Right? My thing is this. He put out an ad in January, a whole public apology. Why isn't that enough? Why can't they say, you know what? People can change.
Because we haven't seen it. We haven't seen him change.
But then you will not give him the chance to. Like, let him in.
Like,
can
we really say we haven't given him the chance?
Like, I feel okay. So point blank.
This said what was
Chris Brown and Rihanna, right? Chris Brown. It took Chris Brown. He still gets slack over the whole fighting, beating thing, right? But like, for the first like 2 to 3 years out, he couldn't get any deals. He didn't have any new songs. His career was basically stunted, right? He had to be on his best behavior ever since and build up that rapport. It takes time to build people's trust again, right? Like they say, trust is really easy, or it's really easy to break, but it's really hard to earn. Same thing with like your audience, right? So all these people rooting for Kanye, you say some wild stuff, right? Okay, maybe one time we can forgive him, but then you say some wild stuff again and you say a little apology, and then you come back a couple years later, you say something wild again, a little apology. So we don't see that he actually means any of the things that he's saying. We don't see change because you keep coming out with wild stuff that you're saying.
Maybe he was drugged up the whole time, and maybe now he's a very better person.
Okay, if that's the case, then go ahead and rest your weary soul and just sit in the corner a little bit, recover, and get yourself together, rebuild the trust. But like right now,
it's been 11 years since he performed in that country.
Okay, well, guess what? In those 11 years, he's been doing dumb shit. So there you go. There's the consequences for doing that. I don't understand.
So What
Or
consequence?
the thing
What
is too,
consequence
okay,
did
what
he
is
get
doing
when he sold out the 2 shows in LA? What consequence
what
did he
is
get
he
from there?
doing
33 million? What consequence is that?
help his fans though too, right? Like what is he doing to like rebrand himself or like gain more trust with his fans? Like he still alienates himself away from people. So I feel like that's why people support you.
Why must it be among people?
If that's who is paying for these concerts and that's who's going to pay for these venues for you to be able to come to, then
Look here. Let's both not sit here and kid ourselves like these corporations are innocent about shit. You understand? If, for example, not too long ago, a few years back, they say, oh, JP Morgan, cargo ship in the sea carrying how many tons of cocaine, and you know them to be a financial institute, but then you hear that.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's wild. So let nobody fucking tell me that, oh, Pepsi canceling the shit, they're so righteous. Man, fuck that. You know how much shit Pepsi has done? That you and I don't know?
It's probably because it might affect a different contract, right? Like it might affect their money somewhere else, right? So because they're supported, if people see them support Kanye, that means other people might see them as supporting someone who's anti-Semitic, and then they could lose money elsewhere. So this is losing less money by pulling out versus keeping him and losing money elsewhere.
Okay. I guess was it Adidas? I guess, matter of fact, they should actually study Adidas in this Harvard thing, how stupid they were to sit on 500 million or billion of inventory just because you have beef with one person. You know what I mean? Or whichever. They should study that part. But that's besides here or there. Again, my thing is this. All these people who are pulling their sponsorships, no innocent, okay? They are no innocent from all this. See, they have dirt too. They have done bad here or there or destroyed this or that. So I don't see why, if people turn a blind eye towards the fuckery that they're doing, I don't see why they want to sit and prosecute somebody. Like I said, people can change.
They can,
and
but
the only way you would know is if you actually give them the room to be able to show you that they can. Now, I'm not saying that you should 100% give them, leave room to do what. No, but at least give them the opportunity to show you that, hey, I could be a different person or I've changed.
I hear you, but
I feel like
you're like, I don't know why you're defending it so much, because you're acting like companies don't stop supporting things when there's a scandal. Like that's nothing new, right? People back out of things. Like if something goes wrong with somebody that they were sponsoring, right? They don't like that person said, they back out all the time because nobody wants to be on the wrong end of supporting somebody, right? Same thing with people are supporting Costco because Costco is making a stance against MAGA, right? Like people want to be on the right side of things, you know what I mean? And so in this case, they're backing out. That way they can look back and be like, yeah, we were on the right side. We didn't support somebody who makes bad remarks, right? They're just playing it safe because in the future, right, how they support him, okay, he says something else again, then now people are like, oh, and look, Pepsi supported
exactly.
It's just to save the company's butt. It's just to, like,
In fact, where's Google? Let me Google if Pepsi donated to Trump's campaign. Let's start there real quick.
I think that I heard that they did.
So what the fuck they talking about?
Yeah, but but they know what side that they want to be on, right? They're choosing.
You see, man? No, you can't do that. No, you can't do that. They cannot just pick and choose because
they can.
Well, they cannot.
They can. That's what they do. What are you talking? They can.
They cannot. Okay.
That's what companies do. Just like
that's what I'm saying, right? That's what I'm saying. Because
T-Mobile, they're trying to sue Drewski, right? They're picking a side, right? They're right now. Companies are either on they're on the both ends of the political spectrum.
They hear me. They hear me when I tell you this. Hear me when I tell you this, because they're doing that, right? I don't give a fuck what he said. They're picking the wrong side. If they're going to support the other. Or this one.
They're looking at who drinks Pepsi, and are these people who drink Pepsi going to support this person or this person? We want to not lose the most Pepsi supporters. So if people who drink Pepsi are MAGA supporters and Pepsi, damn it, we're going to support Trump, right? And anything that he does, and that's the team that we're choosing. And anything that goes against that is against their companies. They're not going to sponsor it, basically. It's just something that they do, AK.
I'm not denying that it's not something that they do. Maybe you're not hearing what I'm saying. I'm saying that when it comes to the Black person, I don't give a fuck what they do. Just give us the same energy you're giving the white fucking man. I don't care what you are doing. When it comes to Black person, don't treat us any fucking different like we're not human beings. We say shit, we do shit, just like the white person will say shit and do shit. But don't give the Black man a longer rope and give me the shorter rope. It's not fair.
In a sense, though, technically, if we're being technically, the fact that they even had him to headline is giving him some type of opportunity. So we can't sit here and say, oh, like, granted, they pulled it away, but if they wasn't even fucking with him, they wouldn't have even given him this opportunity. So in a sense, we can't sit here and say, oh, let's keep the same energy so, because they kind of did in a way. They just, some shit happened and they took it away. That's what it is. So, I mean, that's just how I see it. At the end of the day, you fuck up, you do shit, and there's consequences for your actions, and that's just what it is. Because like I said, they didn't have to give it to him. They could have found somebody else to headline that shit. But they give it to him. So when you're saying things like, let's keep the same energy, I hear what you're saying, but in a sense, they kind of did, because they gave him that platform to go ahead and headline. He fucked it up.
I don't hear you guys saying the same shit when it comes to the Muzungus. I don't hear you guys having this same fucking energy when it comes to the Muzungus.
But I guess why
Black woman goes down is, no, they did something. But when the white person does the same shit, they don't have the same energy.
I think
the same way as they have about burying a Black man. And that shit is fucking disturbing, yo.
I think that it's giving you get real. This is real passionate for you, huh? Because at this point, I just feel like it's given. Oh, we're supposed to like let them. This goes back to like what I always be saying. Like you said, we're basically saying the same thing in different ways, I guess. Because it's like I'm saying keep the same energy, right? If we're keeping the same, I said something along the lines. I think the recording before where it was like if somebody like with that whole Drewski situation, right? Like how everybody was in an uproar about that whole situation. It's just like, okay, when Black people do it, we need to have that same energy. It's kind of like almost the same thing in this instance, in a sense, because it's just like, okay, we feel like it's because the person is Black, we should just give them a slap on the wrist and then let it just be that. Like,
yeah, because I feel like
where's R. Kelly today? Hold on, where's R. Kelly today?
He's in jail.
But
what did they do?
Hold on now, just listen. You will not understand where I'm going if you don't follow what I'm trying to point to you.
They're in prison. Both of them are in prison.
Where is quote unquote okay, that other girl, the one that was next to him, what's her name?
Gasoline Maxwell.
Do you guys say anything about being in jail?
Is she in jail?
Anything about her being? When was the last time you heard about her being in jail?
She in jail. Hold on.
She's in jail.
When was the last time you heard anything about her being in jail? When was the last time you heard?
Recent, not like recent, like within the past couple months. Like Trump moved her to a new prison cell.
She's in jail.
Trump moved her to a new prison cell, eh? Okay.
But she's in jail though.
Yeah, she is.
She's in prison.
But like a really nice one with like all these luxuries and comforts and like.
All I'm saying is that,
But she's still in jail though, right?
Do your research. Just do your research, okay? Just do your research. All I'm saying is this, right? Do something. We are so quick to jump on our people and murder them. But when the other people do something, the same energy is not given.
I don't really feel like that's the case though, because I feel like, okay, in the Black community, people have known about R. Kelly and Diddy for so long. Like there have been so many rumors for so long. And then when it came out, I'm not saying that Black people weren't wanting them to be held up to their sins, but also like, I don't really inherently think that Black people want to see other Black people fall, right? So when you say
lie with that one, you lie with that one. You lie with that one. I guarantee you lie with that one. But continue.
I don't know. Maybe I won't say that. But I feel like, I don't think that were a lot of Black people out there really rooting for like, I don't know. I feel like, I think that they want people to be held accountable to their sins, yes. But like, I don't think that it was really just to get another Black man down. I feel like that's how the media paints things, but I don't feel like that's how people feel.
I feel like Black people, well, most Black people think that everybody that hits a Billy status got bodies buried somewhere, or they must have killed somebody or done something very bad to get there.
They probably do.
Why? Why can't somebody not just have billions, yo?
In Hollywood, we're talking about celebrities, right? We're talking about...
Not everybody with a billion lives in Hollywood. We're just talking about rich folks in general, right?
But billionaires most likely have shit that they cover up, and they most likely got skeletons that you...
It's hard to get $1 billion without screwing some people over.
Right.
$1 billion, I can see if you
have
a billionaire, honest work, right? But a billionaire, you have to screw over some people. You have to make some faulty deals. You have to
do some things that you didn't want to have to do. Exactly. Yeah.
I get $1 billion. All
right.
Who do you think just did $1 billion picking up their own bootstraps, whatever, just working hard, never hurting anybody? Which billionaire did that?
Because there's none.
Right.
Which billionaire hurt somebody?
Which billionaire hurt somebody?
Not necessarily hurt, but they definitely screwed over people.
Yeah.
Okay. Warren Buffett. What do you think he might have done bad?
I don't know, but
I don't know much about.
Is he a billionaire?
Again?
He's a billionaire.
Isn't he the one that gives out all this financial advice?
I was about to say, yeah.
Is the financial advice actually good, or was it just a scam?
Like a con. Like, yeah, like
I don't know much about him. I would have to read his biography, right? But I'm just saying, a lot of people, it's very hard to get to being a billionaire without.
Okay, you really sitting here.
I always about knowing people. No, this is my own time to really be shocked with. I don't know who Warren Buffett is.
Yes, he's a financial guy, and like how to get a debt.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't. The name is familiar, but I know
or something.
After crucifying, just like how y'all didn't know who Ben Crumpet
is. We know.
I knew you were gonna call Ben Crumpet.
Ben Crumpet. My gosh.
I didn't know who Ben Crumpet. I didn't know who else was Roland Martin. Yeah.
I just Shirley Chisholm off the top of my head.
Buffett is the godfather of stocks, man. Like, that's the guy.
Well, I'm telling you, the godfather of stocks has done his due diligence in order to get his hands dirty. And even if he hasn't physically gotten his hands dirty, he's gotten niggas to do that shit for him so that way he doesn't have to. It's no way. I mean, AK, you mean to tell me in this 2026, you think that there's a billionaire that has not sat here and gotten to the top where they are without doing some shit to somebody? Ain't no fucking way.
I just like the fact that you even can sit with yourself having $1 billion while people are hungry on the street. Not to say that you didn't earn it, right? But like, even how do you feel so comfortable with all of that wealth and not helping out other people? I don't know. It's like
okay now. No problem. Continue what you're saying.
I don't know. I honestly,
easy to make. Wait, hold on. Have you seen $1 million in real life?
I've seen $1 million. Well, probably over time, not all at once.
So imagine right now, you see $1 million right now. Like, you're holding $1 million in your hand right now. That is yours. What would you do first?
I would like to tithe a little bit, not a whole bunch, but I would like to give a little bit to God.
No. Not what you would like to do. What would you do?
Personally, I would probably, if I got $1 million right now, I would probably pay off. I would pay off my mom's debt. See, I don't know. I would have to plan some things out, right? Kind of see how much money my debt is, how much hers is, right? But I would portion some things out. I would save a lot of it. I hear what you're saying. Oh, but you want to donate anything? But $1 million is very different than $1 billion. I already know where the argument is going. I didn't hear anything about giving it to the poor. I didn't hear anything about donating it to charity. I would.
No humanitarian.
I would. First of all, I said I would. But $1 million
that in mind.
This economy really, it's a lot, but it really isn't that much. $1 million in 2026. I'm not saying I would be blessed. God, I could do a lot with it. But I'm just saying it's not it's not the $1 million that we were thinking when we were kids, right? The $1 million that we were thinking as kids is today's $1 billion. $1 billion is unfathomable. $1 billion. I watched somebody talk about it. They talked about this little pile, and that equaled $1 million. And they talked about like it would take how many things of rice containers to make it $1 billion. Like it's the difference between $1 million and $1 billion is a lot in terms of money. And so I just feel like if you have $1 billion, you can't give to an organization. Like you can't, I don't know. You did something. There's a part of your, what is Elon Musk or is it Bill? What's his name? Who's the Amazon guy? Who's
Bezos.
the Amazon? Bezos. His ex-wife, she's given away millions of dollars and still has millions left because she's a billion. She's a billionaire because of Bezos. Yeah, and she just gave out 50-something million dollars to an HBCU and still has a shit ton of money.
And Melinda Gates, Bill Gates' ex-wife too. Mm-hmm.
They can't get. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, but they're not the ones who earned that money. They just married into it, right? So that's why they can give and do all these humanitarian. I don't feel like you can be a billionaire and not have done something to hurt yourself. I don't know.
So if it was so easy to make it, right? Why didn't they flip that?
Who flipped what?
The people you listed that they're giving them out. Why didn't they flip that? If it was so easy to make it, why did they flip it? Right? Why did they flip it?
What? Like ABC was flipping the money?
No.
Or Jeff Bezos?
Their wives, ex-wives.
But they have flipped it though. Melinda is doing stuff. Jeff Bezos' ex-wife is doing shit with her own money. Like she got her own foundation and everything. Like they definitely flipped it. My point is, back to what I'm saying is no millionaire, billionaire in this damn world in this 2026 that hasn't done their due diligence to get their hands dirty or had somebody get their hands dirty in order to make it to where they're at right now. It's just not.
I won't say a millionaire, but a billionaire, I don't see how. Even you cutting contracts, right? Even you laying off people with a stroke of a pen, laying off 30,000 people, right? That's people's livelihoods. Like there's still, I know there's parts of the job that's hard, right? But to get an extra little percentage and you get to just make a little choice, lay these people off, or you can get a $10,000 bonus that year or 20,000, whatever the case is, right? Like I feel like those are the choices that they eat away a little bit at your soul, right? I just don't see how. I personally don't see how I could be a billionaire without doing something a little shady.
So you're saying that making a business, for example, laying people off because will benefit the company, a business decision is doing something bad?
Sometimes, yes. If the business decision is purely so you can increase your marginal profits, then yes, right? Like I think it is wrong that all these people are getting laid off because all these companies want to explore AI. I do think that's wrong. I think that these people were devoted to your company. And yes, while you think that you can save whatever amount of money, like I do think it's wrong. You can say, oh, it's business, but I think a business still should have ethics to it, right? Because that's why I have a business minor. You take an ethics class, right? Like in business, there needs to be some ethics to it. So yes, I do think business.
So the ethics in business is to employ a group of people that you don't need. You took an ethics business class in college.
But you want to be ethical. So you think it's okay that all these businesses are getting rid of people to use AI? That's okay because they're doing it to line their pockets. That's okay.
I didn't say it was okay. And secondly, because they're using it to line their pockets, like nobody has a set definition of what AI is. Nobody has a blueprint as to how a company is supposed to use that and actually implement it into their system. Nobody has.
If they don't know how they're going to use it, then why are they laying off 30,000 people at a time?
Because there's a possibility of what it can be, of what it can bring, and they've explored. So
what are the 30,000 people supposed to do? That's what I'm saying, right? Like you're using AI just because it can make
the 30,000 people are not just in the United States alone, right? The 30,000 people are spread across the world. You also have to understand that there was a point in time where most of the jobs were outsourced from here to other parts of the world, right? So part of that is also saying, hey,
that's another business decision that I personally don't really agree with, right? You're doing that so that way you can get richer at the price of not expanding your own economy.
What are you talking about? Whoa, hold on. Let's go back a little bit. You post it and say, oh, for example, Africans come here and take your jobs. But then you will not go to fucking school and get a degree. Or you go to school and get a degree in what? In fucking flowers. And when you compare with somebody who got an engineering degree and said they took it.
No. That's not at all what I said. But, okay, I think that a lot of the bad things that we have in America are because of outsourcing, right? Because I think I'm not saying that using outsourced labor is bad, but what I'm saying is that these businesses found out that they can pay outside labor cheaper, right? Versus paying an American. Americans, we want a standard minimum wage. We want And they say, you know what? Americans are too picky. Let me go outside to pay for cheaper labor, right? That way they can get richer. But that doesn't help the American economy, right? I don't have anything wrong with outside help, right? That's not the issue. But I'm saying it's the reason that it's happening is because of the greed of these companies, because they're always trying to figure out, how can I pay someone as little as possible? How can I make the conditions as poor as possible that I don't have to put in my own money? That way I can make the biggest profit possible. That's what I'm saying.
Who is not doing so? Countries not doing so, please.
A lot of different countries. Capitalism is really big in America. A lot of other countries. Huh?
Name one.
Okay. Spain.
They're not outsourcing? They're not outsourcing jobs?
But it's not to the extent of America.
Okay. In the UK then, when you do look at the statistics of how much the youth like here in America work, I've not looked at it but I can also tell you that from most of the folks that I talk to over there, they don't have as many, like youth don't have as many jobs there as we do here. They don't have that many opportunities there as we do here.
Okay. Where are you going with that?
All I'm saying is you might sit there. First of all, we live in it's a capitalist country. It's not a communist. It's not socialist.
Right.
Meaning you create your thing, you're making your millions, your billions, whichever. It's in your due right to do that. If the government says minimum wage is $12 an hour, if you decide to raise to 16, if you stick to $12 an hour, don't blame the businessman. Go to your government. Your government is the person in charge of the people, right? The people elect people to the government, right?
But the government has been bought by corporations. That's what I'm saying. Because these business people have so much money now these big CEOs can buy the government. And now elect
better people into power. Elect better people into power. But elect better representatives who go represent you. Because at the end of the day, or better yet, become a billionaire and be the difference that you want to see in the world. Because if it's easy to get there,
no one
you
said
get there. How about you get there and then easily give it out?
No one said that it's easy to get there. We just said that you have to sell a little bit of your soul to get there. I'm not willing to do that.
I mean, yeah, some people, but not everybody. I don't think everybody got to sell their soul to get there. I don't think.
I just feel like, I don't know. To me, I don't see how it could happen without that, but that's just me. Well, agree.
Hey, some businesses just are needed in the world. You know, you don't need to go sell a kidney to make the billions or the millions. It's just services are needed in the world, services that need rendered.
What services require somebody to reach $1 billion? What services would require somebody, like what?
Cloud, for example, like going from on-prem to cloud. Like imagine having to not deal with having a physical data center versus somebody else hosting it for you, and you just pay your subscription fee, and they get to worry about the scalability, the flexibility, the availability, and you don't get to worry about that. You just pay them and they worry about the overhead and infrastructure. Why not? That's $1 billion industry. No, it's easy, right? It's easy for us to sit and say, oh, no, they should give out the dough. I agree with you, but I'll ask you this. We all can daydream. We all can think. We all can put ourselves in a place. If you put yourself right now as the CEO of Lululemon, for example, founder of Lululemon, for example, are telling me you're giving away half of your proceeds?
No one said half, but I would give
I didn't
away.
say you said. I'm just asking a question.
I'm not going to say I'm going to give away half, but I would give away some. Yes.
Like how much? Let's say, for example, you are worth $12 billion.
$billion.
You're worth $12 billion. In fact, you have $12 billion. How much are you giving away?
I have $12. Yeah. I could literally give away $550 million and be just okay. I could easily give away $1 billion of my $12 billion and I would still be fine for the rest of my life.
See, this is my thing, right? When you're answering this type of questions, I want you to be very sure. Don't say, I can't eat. No, say, stand on it the way you want them to.
I'm standing on it. I could give away $1 billion.
No, don't say I can. Say I will.
I will give away $1 billion. If I have $12 billion, you can be sure, ladies and gentlemen, that I will give away to charity or to like not my family, $1 billion.
I thought you'd have said 5, but anyways. Okay, Tutu, how much are you giving away?
Not a damn thing. The hell? I've suffered in this life.
You can sit on $1 billion and see other people just suffer and be like, oh, that was my turn last week.
Oh, my heart wouldn't let me do that. I'm too nice. What was it? The cap is what, 12 billion?
You have 12 billion.
I could give $1 billion. 5 billion? I mean, 5 billion kind of steep. 2 billion.
I'm not giving away nothing.
We know, stingy. But this is why also I feel like, is $1 billion really a blessing by God? Because I don't feel like he wants us to have, he would think he wants us to have a lot, but like that much, you start to get removed from regular people and you don't, I don't know. I don't know. All right, but here, okay, this is perplexity. I said, how long would it take to spend $1 billion? One, not the 12 that AK gave me. One, how long would it take to spend $1 billion if you spent $5,000 a day? At $5,000 a day, it would take 200,000 days. That's about 547.6 years to spend $1 fucking billion. You're telling me that y'all can't give away $1 billion or no money as a billionaire, and it would take you 547.6 years to spend $5,000 a day?
First of all, you're calling me cheap. You're the cheapest person I know. If you have $1 billion and you're only spending $5,000 a day, I swear to God, you don't need $5,000.
All right, how much are you spending a day? How much do you want me to ask?
I'm easily spending $200,000 a day. I don't know what you're talking
about. How about
$5,000? You have $12 billion. You have $5,000.
I'm about to be like, wait a minute. I could spend maybe $100K.
You're probably the one who is not donating nothing here.
Me? Because I said, what? Hey, okay, that would take 13.7 years if you were doing $200,000 a day. Well, what are you spending $200,000 a day on?
Different stuff.
Every day, $200,000 every single day. Every single day, 365 days for 13.7 years.
Let me tell you something.
That's crazy.
Let me tell you something. When I take my car once a year to go get servicing, I don't leave the dealership without a bill less than $5K. Let's start there. Number 2.
That's how many times a year, though? One time?
Once a year, right. That's just servicing. Now, let's say, for example, decide I want to get tires and all these different things. It goes different. But now, if I have $1 billion, I'm not driving that one. I'll probably be driving, you understand, I'll probably be driving a Bugatti. That's a 2-point-something M car. So that means just one tire alone could probably be 100,000 or 50,000. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like easy. Then gas alone. You feel me? Like, what are we talking about? Then the house I would live in. The electricity alone, it will be ridiculous.
Not $200,000 a day worth.
I have my own gas station in my house.
Please. Okay. All right. Well, that's why you out here trying to have a whole solar plant in a gas station without in your house.
Are we supposed to be humble? Oh, you just said F your Bible.
It's okay. No problem. Listen, I'm not being humble, nothing. You understand? Like I said, dreams will be met. It was not easy to get to that Billy, was it? It was not easy to get to that Billy.
A little bit of your soul to get there.
You said what now?
I said, no, it wasn't easy to get. You had to sell a little bit of your soul to get there.
The fact that you believe that everybody's selling their soul is a problem. The fact that you believe that everybody's selling their soul is a problem. Not everybody sells their soul. Business is business. You know what I mean? Sometimes You got to be rude. Sometimes, no, not rude. You got to be
hard stuff. Got to cut some people off, make hard decisions.
Yes.
That's what the whole conversation is about, AK.
Yes. That's why. Okay. You'll get mad that you know what, they cut jobs, but yet they give the CEO a $2 million bonus. For example.
That's what I don't agree. They cut the job so the CEO could get the bonus. That's what I'm saying. I don't like that.
Can you make CEO decision?
No.
Exactly. They give you CEO decision to make. Can you make it?
No. Okay.
So why you vex?
Talking in circles.
Why you vex?
Because I just feel like I just think that there's a lot of the disparity between the rich and the poor. It's crazy right now. I can't fathom being okay with sitting on that much money. But
up until you sit on it, and you'll be like, damn, I can't fathom not sitting on this much money. You refuse to go broke.
I would refuse to go broke, but I also could help my fellow neighbor.
Oh, you help your fellow neighbor, that tells you that, I'm going to do better. And you keep helping, and tomorrow you see them, they are not doing any better because you keep extending that hand. But anyways, hey, listen, we absolutely love and adore people like you. We need more people like you in the world. You understand? Well, hopefully.
Billions, and I'll show you what I could do with it. I can show you how kind I can be.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Hopefully, you're not just blowing smoke. Hopefully, if they give you $1 billion, you actually do these things that you say you will do. It will not change you. I hope.
You're going to be out here printing the 3D things.
I keep the $1 billion.
3D printer.
Anyways, man, listen, it's an hour and a half. Any conclusions, man? Let's wrap this shit up. Man. Now, what's your conclusion?
Damn, we're talking about a lot. What is my conclusion? I don't know. I just feel like if y'all have money like that, share it a little. I think that we should share the wealth. I think that we're a little too stingy nowadays. We have enough stuff. We don't need to buy $200K worth of stuff everybody. Anyway, I digress. What else did we talk about? What did we talk about? I feel like I have amnesia.
Rihanna. Kanye.
My man is gonna be sleeping in the same room with me. Kanye, he put himself in his hole and now it's canceled. So now let's be mindful of what we do and what we say. What else do we talk about? Oh, Rihanna, it's okay. You are going to grow up. You go through phases of life. So don't be too hard on yourself. You see that you've done stuff, you make the changes, and then you go ahead and proceed accordingly.
I agree. I second all of those.
It was a fun one, y'all. Don't mind the banter. You know what I mean? This is what we do. We do on a daily basis. On a weekly basis, rather. But we'd love to hear what you guys think. You know what I mean? From the Kanye situation. What's that thing? Some wireless festival, Kanye Wireless Festival situation, and all the sponsorships that all the sponsors are dropped out. And also, I do agree with your take on the Rihanna thing. It's no biggie. You know what I mean? She was doing what she needed to do at that point in time. And now that she's a mom, she's reflecting back. I mean, it wouldn't change the fact that, you know, that happened some point in time. So tape rolling, you know, the kid's about to probably do the same and probably do it worse. What are you going to do? Not a goddamn thing. So keep it moving. What's to talk about?
Well, I have one more. Everyone, please go watch Bridgerton. Let us know your thoughts. You can call these two haters. Yeah, let us know.
You guys heard that, right? Yeah, go and watch the Bridgerton. And then let us know. I don't know why that just slowed my speech down, but anyways, thank you all. You made it this far. You're a real one. Shout out to you. Shout out to you and you out there. Share this with your mom, your aunties, your uncles, your exes. You know what I mean? Enjoy the debate. And if you'd like to come on, also let us know. Smash the subscribe button somewhere down here, you know, for weekly notifications. And yeah, Tutu is here, and is here. I'm here as well with the Central Podcast crew. Catch you guys on the next one.
Bye.